Welcome to the fascinating world of home mushroom cultivation, where you can transform a simple corner of your home into a thriving fungal paradise that produces fresh gourmet mushrooms year-round. Whether you're looking to supplement your grocery budget, explore sustainable food production, or simply enjoy the satisfaction of growing your own exotic varieties, mushroom farming offers an incredibly rewarding experience that's more accessible than you might think. Unlike traditional gardening that depends on seasons and weather, mushroom cultivation operates on its own timeline, allowing you to harvest fresh fungi regardless of what's happening outside your windows. The beauty of home mushroom farming lies in its efficiency and the incredible variety of flavors and textures you can produce in relatively small spaces, making it perfect for apartment dwellers and homeowners alike. Before diving into the practical aspects, it's essential to understand that mushrooms aren't plants. They're the fruiting bodies of fungi that feed on organic matter rather than photosynthesis. This fundamental difference means your mushroom farm will thrive in dark, humid environments that would be unsuitable for traditional crops. Mushrooms obtain their nutrients by breaking down organic substrates, which is why choosing the right growing medium becomes crucial to your success. The mushroom life cycle begins with spores, which germinate into thread-like structures called mycelium. This mycelium acts as the root system, spreading through your chosen substrate and breaking down organic matter into nutrients. When conditions are right, typically involving specific temperature, humidity, and air circulation parameters, the mycelium produces mushrooms as its reproductive mechanism. Temperature and humidity requirements vary significantly between mushroom varieties, but most common species thrive in temperatures between 55 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit, with humidity levels maintained at 80 to 95% during fruiting. The key to successful mushroom farming lies in maintaining these environmental conditions consistently while providing adequate air circulation to prevent contamination and promote healthy growth. Your choice of mushroom variety will significantly impact both your growing experience and harvest results. Oyster mushrooms represent the ideal starting point for beginners because they're incredibly forgiving, grow quickly, and adapt to various substrates and environmental conditions. These mushrooms offer robust flavors and textures while being relatively resistant to contamination, making them perfect for building confidence in your mushroom farming skills. Shiitake mushrooms provide an excellent next step for intermediate growers, offering premium market value and exceptional culinary versatility. While they require more precise temperature control and longer cultivation periods, shiitakes reward patient growers with rich, meaty flavors that command high prices in stores. These mushrooms prefer hardwood substrates and cooler temperatures during their initial colonization phase. For adventurous cultivators, lion's mane mushrooms present an exciting challenge with their unique seafood-like texture and impressive nutritional benefits. These distinctive white, cascading fungi require careful attention to humidity and air circulation, but offer extraordinary culinary possibilities and potential health benefits that make the extra effort worthwhile. The substrate serves as both home and food source for your mushrooms, making its selection and preparation critical to your farming success. Straw represents one of the most accessible and effective substrates for beginners, offering excellent mushroom yields when properly prepared. Wheat straw works particularly well, but you can successfully use rice straw, barley straw, or even shredded paper as alternatives. Proper substrate preparation involves pasteurization to eliminate competing microorganisms while preserving beneficial nutrients that support mushroom growth. The hot water pasteurization method involves soaking your straw in water heated to 160 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 to 2 hours, effectively killing harmful bacteria and mold spores without destroying the substrate's nutritional value. This process requires careful temperature monitoring and adequate drainage to prevent waterlogging. Hardwood sawdust mixed with supplemental nutrients creates an excellent substrate for shiitake and other gourmet varieties. You'll want to source sawdust from oak, maple, or other deciduous trees, while avoiding softwoods like pine or cedar that contain natural antifungal compounds. Supplementing sawdust with wheat bran, rice bran, or other nitrogen sources significantly improves mushroom yields and quality. Creating the perfect growing environment requires attention to several interconnected factors that work together to support healthy mushroom development. Your growing space should maintain consistent temperatures, high humidity, adequate air circulation, and protection from direct sunlight. A spare bathroom, basement corner, or dedicated closet can serve as excellent mushroom growing locations with proper modifications. Humidity control represents perhaps the most critical aspect of your growing environment. You can achieve optimal humidity through various methods, from simple plastic tent systems with daily misting to more sophisticated automatic misting systems that maintain precise moisture levels. The key lies in providing consistent humidity without creating stagnant air conditions that promote harmful mold growth. Temperature regulation varies based on your chosen mushroom varieties, but most species benefit from stable temperatures without dramatic fluctuations. Space heaters, heating mats, or even the natural warmth of your home can provide adequate temperature control, while fans or ventilation systems help maintain proper air circulation. The goal is creating a microclimate that mimics the natural forest floor conditions where wild mushrooms thrive. Inoculation marks the beginning of your mushroom growing journey, where you introduce mushroom spawn into your prepared substrate. Spawn consists of sterilized grain or sawdust that's been colonized with mushroom mycelium, serving as the seed for your mushroom crop. You can purchase spawn from reputable suppliers or eventually learn to produce your own as your skills develop. The inoculation process requires careful attention to cleanliness, since contamination represents the primary threat to successful mushroom cultivation. Work in a clean environment, sanitize your hands and tools with rubbing alcohol, and handle spawn with sterile techniques to prevent introducing competing microorganisms. Mix the spawn thoroughly with your prepared substrate to ensure even distribution and optimal colonization. During the colonization phase, your substrate spawn mixture needs time for the mycelium to spread throughout the growing medium. This process typically takes 2 to 4 weeks depending on mushroom variety, temperature, and substrate type. You'll notice white, cotton-like mycelium growth spreading through the substrate, which indicates healthy development. Once colonization is complete, transitioning your setup to fruiting conditions triggers mushroom formation. This transition typically involves adjusting temperature, increasing humidity, introducing fresh air circulation, and sometimes providing light cues that signal the mycelium to produce mushrooms. The specific requirements vary between species, but most varieties benefit from slightly cooler temperatures and increased fresh air exchange during fruiting. Misting becomes crucial during the fruiting phase, but the technique requires finesse to avoid damaging developing mushrooms. Use a fine spray bottle to create a mist that settles gently on the substrate surface without directly soaking emerging mushroom pins. The goal is maintaining surface moisture while promoting air movement that prevents stagnation and contamination. Light requirements for mushroom fruiting are minimal compared to traditional plants, but many species benefit from indirect light sources that help orient mushroom development. A simple fluorescent light or natural lighting from a nearby window often provides sufficient illumination to encourage proper mushroom formation and development. Proper harvesting technique significantly impacts both the quality of your current crop and the potential for subsequent flushes from the same substrate. Most mushrooms should be harvested just before their caps fully flatten and begin releasing spores, which typically occurs when the caps are still slightly curved but have reached full size. This timing ensures optimal texture and flavor while preventing spore release that can create respiratory irritation. Use a sharp, clean knife to cut mushrooms at their base rather than pulling them from the substrate, which can damage the underlying mycelium and reduce future yields. Harvest mushrooms in clusters when possible, as individual mushrooms in a cluster often mature simultaneously. Clean cutting promotes healing of the substrate surface and encourages additional mushroom flushes. Most substrates will produce multiple flushes of mushrooms over several weeks or months, with yields typically decreasing with each successive flush. Between flushes, maintain proper environmental conditions while allowing the mycelium to rest and rebuild energy reserves for the next round of mushroom production. Some substrates can produce viable mushrooms for 3 to 6 months with proper care. Contamination represents the most common challenge facing home mushroom cultivators, typically appearing as green, black, or colored mold growth competing with your mushroom mycelium. Prevention through proper sterilization and clean techniques proves far more effective than treatment, but minor contamination can sometimes be managed by removing affected areas and improving air circulation. Poor mushroom development often results from environmental imbalances, particularly humidity, temperature, or air circulation issues. Mushrooms that develop long stems with small caps typically indicate insufficient fresh air exchange, while cracked or dried mushrooms suggest humidity problems. Adjusting environmental conditions based on these visual cues helps optimize future flushes. Slow or stalled growth usually indicates temperature problems, inadequate substrate nutrition, or aging spawn. Reviewing your environmental conditions and ensuring proper temperature ranges for your chosen varieties often resolves growth issues. Sometimes patience is required, as mushroom cultivation operates on biological timelines that can't be rushed. As your skills and confidence develop, consider expanding your operation by experimenting with different mushroom varieties, substrates, and growing techniques. Each new variety teaches valuable lessons about environmental control and substrate management while expanding your culinary options and potential harvests. Advanced techniques like liquid culture propagation, agar work, and spawn production can significantly reduce your ongoing costs while providing greater control over your mushroom genetics. These skills require additional learning and equipment investment but offer substantial benefits for serious home cultivators interested in long-term mushroom farming. Commercial considerations become relevant as your harvests exceed personal consumption needs. Many local restaurants, farmers markets, and specialty stores welcome locally grown gourmet mushrooms, potentially turning your hobby into a profitable side business while supplying your community with fresh, sustainably grown fungi. Ready to start your mushroom farming journey? If this guide has inspired you to begin growing your own gourmet mushrooms at home, make sure to subscribe to Smart Garden for more detailed growing tutorials, troubleshooting tips, and seasonal gardening advice. Share this guide with fellow gardeners who might be interested in exploring the fascinating world of mushroom cultivation, and don't forget to comment below with your own mushroom growing experiences and questions. Your success stories help build our community of passionate home cultivators.